Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello people and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Julian Álvarez to Arsenal. Here we go. And Diomande to Liverpool. Here we go as well. Chelsea sign Croix. The journalist Mo is giving you the information. Of course, as a journalist, I'm telling you exactly the situation that is happening. Arsenal are selling Eucharist to Atletico Madrid. In exchange, it's going to be Julián Álvarez. Of course, Arsenal will pay 60 million euros, of course, out there. Manchester City sign Elliot Anderson for a package that is 120 million pounds plus 10 million, of course. That is what is going on in the market. You heard it here first. It's an exclusive here to my from my guys, of course. Our team of journalists that is working behind Footy Judge Mo is giving you exclusive news. Of course, as normal, as usual, we get the exclusive news, of course, from all the ITKs that we have in our team behind us. Of course, you know the drill. Hit the damn fucking like, people. Subscribe to the damn channel if you guys are new here. Yeah, of course. Because Allah, listen, I've had a tough day. I'm trying to buy a fucking car in this country, Egypt, and it's one of the toughest experience you can ever imagine. I'm trying to rent an apartment. I'm trying to get furniture done, and it's one of the toughest experiences I've had in my life, bro. I'm used to the life in America where everything is freaking simple. Hit the like button. This is what we're discussing today, people. Just to give people a heads up about what we're discussing. We got 400 people in the house. Let's get the likes up. We are discussing two things about Arsenal. Three things, actually. The Julián Álvarez deal. Is Morgan Rogers a replacement for Martin Odegaard? And should Arsenal sign Barcola? Liverpool, we're talking Diomande. Ram is joining us in 5 minutes. We're talking Barcola to Arsenal or to Liverpool. We're discussing Elliot Anderson to Manchester City. Is he worth the money? Does he elevate their midfield? We're also discussing Chelsea with Palestra linking to Croix. Is Chelsea getting a third-tier players? Because currently Arsenal are linked to the first-tier players. Maybe Man United are linked to second-tier players. And are Chelsea going to the realms of the Brightons, the Fulhams, third-tier players? Are Chelsea doing that? And I want to start with Chelsea, actually, if I allow me. But how are you guys? How is the World Cup been good? Ripping Ghana, not England. It's great.
Yeah,
English,
man.
Right?
Nah. I'm Ghanaian, man. I just grew up in this country, England, bro. So for me,
were you born in England?
Yeah, I was born in England. Yeah, but both my parents are Ghanaian. I'm Ghanaian.
Imagine if I said this when I'm even a naturalized citizen in America. Go back to your country. You don't belong here. Take his passport away. He doesn't support America. USA. I have to say this to become American, but anyway.
I hear you, man. But nah, it's gone all the way, man. Gone all the way. So I can't even lie. Like, I'm happy. Like, for me as well, even just watching that England game and seeing the mental gymnastics that some people have had to do. Hey, Ghana parked the bus. Ghana team didn't come to play. I don't care. This is the World Cup knockouts. All right. At any point you can be knocked out, even in the groups, as we've seen. There's a couple team already gone. So for me, I'm just here to support Ghana. Once this game is done, which it is done now, I'll happily give back into England, which I do think they can get far in this tournament, and I'll be happy if they do for sure. But yeah, Ghana all the way, man. Pick up them. I mean,
do you think that you were robbed yesterday of a penalty?
Do you know what?
Kunza took out the guy.
So
Kunza completely took out the guy, bro.
Yeah, I commented on, I think it was the live Terry and a couple of guys done at Box Park, right? And I commented on saying Ghana were robbed, but England deserved a couple of goals. So in the end, it was a fair result. And somebody was like, how stupid are you? How can it be a fair result if you say Ghana are robbed? And my point is, you can be robbed of a pen, which would give you an opportunity to gain an advantage. But I'm still understanding that England, for large parts of I want to say large parts of the games, but definitely for good parts of the game, were creating the better chances for themselves. So for me, it was a fair result. But somebody said it was an offside. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, it wasn't. The second
it wasn't
one was offside. No. The second was offside. The first guy was not offside. The second guy was offside. No.
So if it's not offside, like you say, yeah, that's one of the worst VAR robberies. Guy actually was off his feet, knee height. Crazy. But at the same time, I'm like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, I wasn't as frustrated about that as I was.
Are you impressed by England at all?
Impressed? In the first game, I was. I thought they stuck it to Croatia, and Croatia a bit of an aging team. So I thought, you've got to go and just try and batter them. And I think England did a good job to sort of show mental fortitude, right? To hold on in the tough moments when Croatia were coming back. So for that reason, I was impressed because I didn't expect England to show that kind of kahunas. But I wasn't impressed yesterday, no.
Okay, Ashraf, I want you to get involved in this because I discussed something before we go to the transfers. I said something in the terrace that pissed off a lot of people. I said what I watched about England yesterday. Is a reflection of the league and how Arsenal and City play. Because I said that Spain are a reflection of how Spanish football work. France is a reflection of PSG. Germany is mostly a reflection of Bayern Munich sometimes. And in the same time, I said Italy as a reflection of the Italian football when they play. England, and I said that the way England moved the ball, even though Konza doesn't play for Arsenal, for example, or City, the whole team reflect of the best teams in England, in your country. And I said, Arsenal and City move the ball very slow at the back. They pass between the center backs and the midfield. They don't take a lot of risks. I think the England team is kind of a reflection of how the league is work. Physical, run a lot, slow because everyone in England plays slow, by the way. Everyone, when they have position, they play slow now. We know that English football is moving towards that slow build-up and all this stuff. It's not only Arsenal, it's just the whole... Because I watch Bournemouth, by the way, build slow. When they play against lesser opposition, Senesi to Hill, Senesi to Jimenez, and they pass the ball. Like the whole league plays slower. By the way, Aston Villa, one of the slowest teams when they play lesser oppositions, between Konza and the other guy's name, that the Spanish guy, the left-footed center back.
Pau Torres.
And what's his name? The goalkeeper, I forgot his name. Emi Martinez. They pass the ball slow. The people think it's Arsenal and City. I don't mean only Arsenal City. Everyone moves the ball slow. Chelsea do it. Caicedo. It's a brand of the league now. More dominant, more in control of situations. I think England team is a reflection of this. Pass the ball too many times. People didn't like it.
Yeah, I think it's a fair analysis, especially when most of the players that are playing for England are from those teams. What else do you expect? But I do think, like, in a knockout tournament, I do think it's one of the best formulas, especially in a World Cup, to try and win. You do need creativity and difference makers, which they have, to be fair. They have some players that are massive difference makers. But it's more important to be defensively resolute. Which, funny enough, they weren't in the first game, but at least they were in the second game. It's more important to be able to be compact and get back to position quickly and win the ball back as soon as possible. So, hey, listen, it might be a reflection of the league, but by that logic, Mo, if we keep saying the Premier League is the strongest league, the Premier League is the strongest league, then it should show now in the World Cup, right? Because if they're playing the same way it's played in the Premier League and it's Premier League players, they need to show it now in the World Cup. And actually go and win it.
Yeah, the Premier League is the strongest, but you are playing the reflection of the strongest team. Like you are playing the reflection of Bayern Munich, you are playing the reflection of PSG, you are playing the reflection with extra players.
No, you're not.
France.
Bayern Munich is no longer made
And I don't
of
think I hold on.
seven
And I
German
don't think
starters.
and I don't think Germany is stronger than England. I don't.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Your example of Germany is so okay. So that
Okay,
means
let me tell you. Let me.
Ding, 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 ding,
Your
ding.
example doesn't debunk.
What is that?
That since England, most of the players play in the Premier League, which is the strongest league.
Okay, who's the strongest team in the world?
PSG.
National team.
That's why. Oh yeah.
Club
PSG?
level. PSG. Club level.
Who's the team that is favorite to win the World Cup?
France.
I think Spain for me, but anyways.
People are having the odds are France.
But again, no. But wait. That's a false narrative because PSG.
Here we go.
No, because France don't have most of the PSG starters. It's only Dembele. Du and Barcola might not even start the rest of the tournament. Most of the France's best team come from Mbappe and Olise and Saliba.
When I watch, to be honest with you, when I watch, but when I watch, fair play. But when I watch France.
By the way, PSG score, you can actually see it in
no,
Portugal.
But when I watch France, when I watch France, I have this feeling that they kind of like the wingers are free, they dribble, they do things like this. Only Mbappe is different, but I feel like I'm feeling Vitinha in the middle, João Neves. Like there is a little bit of a footprint of João Neves and Vitinha. They move the ball, they do the same as PSG, they get it to the wingers. Olise tries to dribble, which he does at Bayern Munich, don't get me wrong. Barcola tries to dribble, Doué tries to dribble. Like it is kind of similar to what PSG play. A little bit similar. That's why he's trying the difference. But anyway, long story short, if England, I don't think that England are favorites, right? I think it's number one is France for me.
Yeah, they're not favorites. Yeah.
I think that Spain has to be up there just because of. Listen, having freaking Lamine Yamal is just, we saw that in the Euros at the age of 16. Like, having Lamine Yamal makes you one of the favorites. I actually think England are one of the favorites.
I think they have one of the best
put them third.
Well, but, yeah.
I think it's England are there. My problem is start Rashford and Saka, and we discussed this. I don't want to discuss it again. Start Rashford and Saka. Anthony Gordon and Madueke aren't up to the level, but I want to discuss something to the people. You remember when Gordon was linked to Arsenal 80 million 2 years ago or last summer, and Arsenal chose to sign Madueke for 55 million or 50 million, 50 million.
Yeah, neither one is good. I mean,
but I'm going to tell you, I think Madueke is a level above Anthony Gordon. I don't care what anyone thinks.
Madueke is a level above Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm not sure I'd agree with that.
One of the worst 5 wingers in the league. Starting wingers in the league. If I have to look at all the wingers that start in the Premier League, I think he's bottom 5 starters.
Whoa!
Genuinely.
Nah, Ash, come on. That's a bit harsh, no?
Genuinely. I would only put the Burnley wingers below him. I'd put the...
Wow!
I don't know who the Leeds wingers are, to be honest.
Hang on. What have I just joined? Hang on.
Wow, that's a bit harsh. That's a bit... Sorry, wait, quick, before. Can I just go back to Mo's point about the England thing reflecting the...
Okay, maybe not bottom 5. Maybe bottom
5. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Crazy.
Moving mad.
I actually kind of agree with Mo, in that, for me, part of the frustrations I saw coming out of England fans yesterday didn't actually make sense to me because the majority of the English team, if not all of the English team from yesterday, plays in the Premier League. They all understand that they play against low blocks every week or every other week. So to be frustrated that a team in an international tournament where every game matters is playing a low block and you can't break it down and you're frustrated about it, to me, doesn't make sense. I thought that was the most too cool thing that could have possibly happened. And being a Chelsea fan, I saw these performances for Chelsea.
You know,
So I wasn't really surprised. Like I saw how many 1-0s or scrappy 2-1s we got. Like even the year we won the Champions League, I think we beat City 3 times. We beat them 1-0, 2-1, and then 1-0 in the final again. It's like this is what Tuchel does. He's
bearing
a great
in mind
manager.
that 2-1 at Etihad, you're lucky that Aguero didn't score that penalty.
Yeah, he missed the pen. To be fair, he missed the pen. Yeah, I mean, I thought we went toe to toe with them. So he outclassed Pep at the time. But at the same time, like I was just looking at Tuchel yesterday, going, bro, you know what this is. Like, if you don't make changes to actually like dismantle this setup, this is 100% on you. So I wasn't really surprised then when I saw people like Bellingham getting angry and frustrated. Some of the other players then getting into like little verbals after the game. I was just like, this is on the manager. And if you want to point the blame anywhere, don't point it at other teams. You're now in that bracket, for me, England, where your squad and the expectations mean you have to be ready to perform at the top level. Nobody's going to give you that grace anymore because you're not kids.
Do you think Palmer should have gone
Honestly,
to the World
if you're
Cup?
No, I don't think he deserves.
No, I don't think Palmer deserves to
If you're
go.
an English fan, I don't think you should be worried. Like I generally see some of the paranoia that goes on, like, oh my God, we drew to Ghana, as if all the previous World Cup winners did not have one bad result in the group stage at least. Like it's a very normal thing. The reality is when you play bigger teams, that'll give you more space. I think this will work in England's favor. So
let me. There is a super chat. There's a big super chat. My man, Magnum.
Oh.
This is from Norway. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the donation, guys. During the summer, appreciate you guys for this. No way Odegaard is leaving. Him with a season full of injuries still give one of the most important assists against West Ham. And for Norway, now he's cooking. Rodgers is good, but won't take that role in the team. Thoughts? Great super chat and a great intervention in the conversation. But it's part of the World Cup.
You know how much I've defended Odegaard in the past. Guys, we need to stop this and move on. Like, honestly, like, oh, he came against West Ham off the bench and he won us the league. Okay, great. He'll be remembered for that. It doesn't mean his bad season suddenly gets overridden because of 1 or 2 or 3 good performances. Like, he's been bad for the last 2 seasons. And people say injuries, but he played like over 50 Premier League games in the last 2 seasons combined for him to have had some sort of an impact. And I don't think he had enough of an impact for forget our captain. I don't think captain thing matters. He just hasn't been good enough. And
we'll come back to Arsenal. I just wanted to respect the super chat. Appreciate you, Magnum, for this. We'll discuss Arsenal. But Chelsea, guys. Bram, you look much better, by the way, with your hair short. It's much better.
Said this about how many times, bro?
About Chelsea, though. Are you cooked, bro? Like, is that are you cooked? Like, is that club cooked, bro?
Wait.
Quest.
Not the question. Are you cooked?
Quest. Literally, bro. There's a little bit of hate in there because of the fact that you took Palestra.
I know. And I just want to say,
no, I disagree with you. I think 55 million euros. Hold on. I actually did a one Inter to pay for a 21 years old. I had 1 or 2 seasons in Serie A, 55 million euros. I actually didn't like that. I thought it's and Atalanta. I thought 50 million euros for a 21 years old. That's all his experiences in Serie A, right? I think it's too much. In my opinion, I think it's too. I didn't want Inter to pay that money. We saw Duncan Dumfries that for 20 million because it was a release clause. It was too much. And Chelsea having him. Good for them. I thought he would be good for us. I got a little bit upset because we don't have a right wing back. But for me, I'm thinking, Chelsea, you can have him. It's fine. 55 million. We cannot compete with the money that Chelsea have. We can't. Simply. Is there a bomba or something, Ashram?
Bomba?
What bomba?
Did we sign Mbappe?
Vinny?
No. Vinny or something.
Okay, go ahead.
There was one with Vinny Jr., but it's like,
are you targeting the right players?
Are we targeting the right players? I mean, look, we all know that Alonso's preferred system is a back three. He's signing a right wing back. That's important because of James's injury concerns and Gusto's physicality concerns. And because we know at some point Gusto's probably going to get sold. So, which I'm also okay with, knowing that Gusto's not proved himself to be a serious guy yet. You know, there was points last time in the last season where he's supposed to cross it and he's doing a no-look cross. You know, what kind of energy are you sort of giving out there? So I wasn't really happy with that. Reece James, obviously, the older he gets, the less you'll probably be able to rely on him, unless you get a significant sort of rehab thing going on for him and his hamstrings. So you're going to have to manage him well if you want to keep him. So I don't mind the signing. Is it a hefty price for somebody we all genuinely don't know? Yeah. But is that the tax that's going to be put on an English team? Yes. Is it the tax that's going to be put on a team buying from Serie A, one of their starting players? Yes. So, you know, does it make sense, the fee? Yeah. Do I love it? No. But it's football. So
is the profile the right one? Shouldn't Chelsea... Okay, Sam said that Chelsea are absolutely cooked because he doesn't think that Chelsea should target these players. Chelsea... Okay, Arsenal are targeting level A players and City. Maybe Liverpool are trying to catch up. You're signing other players that are not like...
I don't know if that's
aren't up to the level, though.
I don't know if that's strictly true. I mean, the Gyökeres one was definitely a tier A signing, but Madueke wasn't. Calafiori before wasn't a tier A signing. Definitely a quality player, someone that even I knew about and was like, oh, when Maresca was asking about him, I said, okay, this guy's serious. And I don't even think Hincapié was a tier A signing. We all know Bayer Leverkusen won the league, had a great unbeatable season. But if you had to name 3 of the most influential players in that team, he wouldn't have been one of them. It would have been Wirtz, it would have been Boniface, and it probably would have been Frimpong, and even Xhaka. So,
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's no disrespect to
Hincapié.
Hincapié.
Antar, because Antap-Soba.
Yeah, because also Arsenal have also signed great players regardless. So that's not a diss at all. But I don't think Chelsea are signing like lower class players. They are still continuing that model, but I don't think they ever said they weren't going to do that. I think they just said they were going to tweak it. So I don't hate it. I still think they're going to bring in experienced players when they get the chance. And I hope they do that. I've always said this summer, they've got wrongs to right. So I'm very
But your experienced player that you're linked to is Croix.
Yeah, but that's a good signing for where Chelsea are at.
That's a floor raiser. He's not even better than Colwell. He's Chalobah level.
No, he might not be better than Colwell.
Well, that's harsh.
Progression,
no, that's harsh.
He's definitely better than Chalobah. That's a fact.
No, he's not.
He's
Chalobah level, man. Are we
he's
really?
I think people watch football nowadays.
Okay. Now we look.
Hold on, let me explain to you. Apart from Gay,
yeah, man,
Crystal Palace are one of the teams that play with the lowest ball position. The reason why Chalobah doesn't look great at Chelsea, maybe sometimes, because you play with a higher line. You attack. You are a team that is mostly in position. Crystal Palace aren't. It's easy to get 50 hits a game, 50,000 duels a game. It's harder to defend in spaces, like Saliba. That's why, for me, Saliba is one of the best defenders, because he's always defending in spaces. Reading the game. Lacroix isn't a proven player in a high line or a team that is dominant. That's why I always say, Tarkowski, numbers-wise, look like one of the best defenders in the league. If you go to Tarkowski, duels, headers won, tackles, clearances, blocks, Tarkowski, numbers-wise, it's great. But
so are you comparing him to Tarkowski?
No, I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you normally I'm giving you the extreme example to show you that we cannot just look at a defender and say, yeah, he can play. Is Lacroix quick? No.
Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
He's not slow.
Yes,
he's not slow. This is a guy that at one point on FIFA had like 91 pace.
Is Saliba quick?
I think he's quick. I think he's quicker than Saliba.
He's
quicker than Saliba.
Maybe.
Just for reference.
Van Dijk now.
Is he?
No, listen. Let me tap into the Gen Z. Yeah, you know, just like 3 or 4 seasons ago on FIFA, the guy had like 91 plays.
No.
I'm just saying. You know, coming out of France, it wasn't Saliba first.
How many defenders are better than him in the league?
Best
how many defenders are better than him in the league?
There's loads. There's probably a fair few that are better than him. But in terms of Chelsea, though, you got to talk about the context of Chelsea. Is he better than Fofana at defending? Yes. Remember, from game week 2 against West Ham, I said I don't want Fofana defending in my team again. The guy's not good at defending. Is he better at defending than Chalobah? Yes. that everybody's criticism of Chalobah is he cannot defend consistently enough to be a starting
He's
centre.
not switched on as well.
He's not switched on. Is he better than Tosin? Undoubtedly. That's not even a question. So then who do you rely on? You're down to Colwill and you're down to Saar.
What are you basing that on? He's better than Tosin. He plays 3 at the back.
I've watched them for 3-4 years.
They
Come on,
always
Mo,
play
don't
on
do
the
this
back.
to me.
They
Don't
always
gaslight
play
me,
on the
bro.
back foot.
But then Mo, why? If you can argue that, then why isn't Tosin play for England? Why doesn't he play for England?
Or Nigeria, or do you know what I mean?
Anyone like
Because
that?
there is way better defenders than him.
But Croix for France,
Yeah.
one of the most in-demand positions in
Come
the
on,
French
bro.
team.
Come on.
Maybe I'm mistaken. So what is your level? Is he a level raider for you? Well, like, where does this get your defenders?
Yeah. Sorry, go on, Ram.
I was gonna say on this, yeah, you need to remember the situation, that the foundation that Chelsea are in at the minute. Yeah, is he a level raiser? Of course he is. For me, the quality of player that he is, and the quality compared to his counterparts if he does join Chelsea, he's definitely a level raiser. He's definitely one of those players that can go up to the next level, even at this moment in time. But the question is whether he can get any better. And obviously, with Chelsea fans, they're going to be obviously the half glass full kind of people, being like, this guy will get better because as you get older, your understanding of the game gets better. Your reading of the game becomes a lot better. You don't rely a lot on your physicality when you're older compared to when you're younger. But the other side of the situation is like what Mo said. It's a completely different system he's going to be playing in. He's going to a completely different situation where he has to be switched on from minute one. His positioning has to be on point from minute one because he's playing in a system where he is going to be demanded to do a lot of running and a lot of understanding of the game. That's where the questions will lie. But if you're going off the quality player that he is, the fundamentals that he has, the tackling, the reading of the game, he's definitely someone that can improve that Chelsea lineup
100%.
and can get better. That's how you should be reading this team. It's the same way I saw it when Joel Matip joined Liverpool. I saw the qualities that he had. I still think Matip was ahead of Croix at that moment in time when they first joined. But you could see the quality of the player of that player, and I knew he could get better.
Is he better than Richards, guys, the American guy?
Yes, he is.
Mo, what are you doing today? What are you
He
doing
is.
today?
What we doing,
Mo, what are you doing today, bro? What are
He's
you
not
on,
he's not
bro?
a scrub, bro. He's not a bum.
Yeah,
He ain't
because
a
you're
bum.
talking crazy now. Mo, come on, man. What are you doing? The guys, what? No, let me not even. I was tempted to do trophy talk. Let me not even.
Don't do that face, Mo, as well. What are you doing?
Do you know what I mean? Because let's just be honest, right? He's also played in the back three system under Glasner, right? He's played at Palace in the Premier League for a number of seasons now, where he's been one of their better players. Other than Wharton, and when Eze was there, he was top 2, top 3 of the best they have in that squad. If he went to Liverpool in Konate's place, would people be surprised? I don't think you'd be that surprised. If he went to Spurs, do you think he would lift them up? Yes. If Arsenal signed him, would you go, oh, that's one more player that takes them far away from the rest of the league? Yes. Every team he goes to, he would add something. So much more Chelsea when he's coming in as a 26-year-old, having played in the league for 4 years, 5 years now. He's in the French national team and is a starter in that team. But we can't act like they're signing flipping Titus Bramble, man. I think he's 26.
Yeah. I thought he's old.
Do you know what I mean?
I think he's going into his prime years now.
Yeah, come on, Mo, man.
He has at least another
1 game a week as well. Come on, Mo.
5.
Man.
Ashraf, go higher, bro. At least 7.
No, because some centre backs could die off in the early 30s, right? If they don't maintain their
33.
I don't know if he's, but the point is, like, he will give you a top call, and he turned 26 now, just like 2 months ago. So it's not like he's turning 27 in a few months.
Come on, hey Mo, what hurt you today? Tell the truth.
I would take him over
you,
Mosquera. Mosquera is a really good centre back, but I would take him over Mosquera.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw someone
I
talking
wouldn't
about better than Mosquera.
I wouldn't
think that's
take him over Konate.
No, I don't think
I wouldn't take him over Konate, but if he was to replace Konate, I wouldn't be like raging all over the place.
Yeah. But if you had a back line of Lacroix and Van Dijk, you'd be like, oh, hold on a minute. That's steady. Yeah, that's steady, man. He's not a guy that's being known for making mistakes either. And we have about 3 of those centre backs.
That's a fair
So-
point. You don't have
By the
that
way,
bozo
getting
gene.
called to France is not easy, man. With the centre
not
back
at
options
all,
they
bro.
have, like
Hey,
you are
Ashraf,
getting called as the fourth
Don't
option.
tell us. Tell Mo.
Tell
Tell
Mo,
Mo.
man. Tell Mo because he's
Yeah,
on
I
one
know.
today,
Mo,
man.
I don't know. Mo is having a. If Mo is gonna shit on the other stuff, like fair enough. But Croix, I think that's a good.
Can we go
move,
back?
Come
To
on, man.
Can we
It's a
go back
really
to
good move.
Palestra? Can we go back to Palestra?
Yeah, we can.
Palestra,
we
I
can.
find, Palestra, I don't know if that's the best move to be. fair.
Where is he?
always very-
Where is? Sorry, Ashraf. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm quite iffy of like defenders and any players generally coming from the Serie A. I know we got Calafiori, fair enough, that kind of worked out outside his injury issues.
Yeah, Leone.
He's 18, right? We haven't seen him yet, so we have to wait and see.
To get in there. But the thing
Yeah.
is, though, the reason why I'll push back on that, Ashraf, it depends on the age of the player, in my opinion. So for me, I've always said, and I've said this with Jamie, who watched a lot of Serie A football, Barella, Bastoni should have left Inter Milan for the betterment of their career after
Yeah,
that
for
Champions League final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mo's
What happened to Rap? What happened
Mo's
to Rap?
muted him. Mo's muted him.
You see the censorship?
Censorship.
Dictatorship. Man went to Egypt and started moving like a dictator.
I'm in Egypt now. I can't say these things. I'm not an American.
No.
Careful.
Big up Egypt.
Everything is under supervision here.
Egypt.
You know,
Yeah.
there is someone listening to us. You know, like someone listening to us.
Big up Egypt, man.
Big up to
Well,
the Egyptian.
They will
CIDs
knock
and
on my
FBI.
door and I will
say
be
the bailiffs, yeah? The
behind the
bailiffs.
sun. You know the drill, Ashraf, now? You live in Emirates. Start thinking the national anthem. I'm going to start thinking the national anthem. I'm showing my Egyptian national, like the flag. Rocky. Well,
What on the original point, Ashraf, I think you'll see a lot of young Italian players leave that league for the betterment of their career. And I think for me, Palestra, he left at the right time. I think you'll see this a lot. I've been seeing recently. It's the Italian like under 17s won the World Cup. I think their version of the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
You'll see a lot, and quite a few of those players have already transferred over to different clubs in Europe. I know Borussia Dortmund's picked up one of them as well. So Bayern Munich is keeping tabs on a couple as well. So
let me
bought one
ask
and
you this
sent
then,
one
Ram,
back.
because honestly, I haven't watched the Serie A in a couple of years.
can
Like,
someone
honestly,
text me in like 3 hours to know if I'm here still? Just...
okay, sure. I'll give you a call, Mo. I'll give you a call. Look, I haven't, since BN Sports took out the Serie A, I don't know why they did, but I haven't watched it. So, is he good defensively? Can he play in a back four?
Yami, do you think I sit and watch Cagliari play like?
I don't think he can. I don't think he
That's
can.
why I asked Ram. Yeah, Habibi. That's why I asked Ram
I
as
don't
well. I was
can
not just
adapt to
asking
back
you.
four is easy.
I don't watch Serie A.
Oh, okay,
fair enough.
okay.
Okay.
I have
because
I have an
honestly-
opinion on players leaving Serie A, but I don't watch Serie A.
Yeah,
You'll
that's
have to
fair,
ask
that's
someone
fair.
like Jamie who watches
Because
Serie A.
honestly, I personally don't think long run a back five works like in a Premier League if you want to
It
challenge for
doesn't.
titles.
It doesn't.
And
it doesn't.
I know Xabi Alonso will eventually. I think starting with that is fine, especially when he's trying to figure out the team and all. That's okay. But eventually, when he gets to a point where he needs to challenge, he needs to play with a 4-3-3.
Can we ask a
or-
general question then? Are Chelsea doing the right things or should they be linked with better players? Okay, let me give you an example. They should be linked to similar players. I'm not saying Diomande because he's too expensive, he wants to play Champions League, but that kind of player. Tonali, maybe Matheus Fernandes, maybe like they should be targeting Elliot Anderson. Okay, Elliot Anderson is going to City. My point about, I'm talking about the caliber. Nobody comes here and tell me names. I'm not a scout. I'm just saying, should Chelsea be targeting level A players or should they build slowly?
Level B players. There's a happy medium, right? There's a happy medium.
Correct.
So like Calafiori is not a level A player, but he will be classed as a level B player that could get to that A tier, potentially S tier. We don't know, but at the time there was potential. I think that's what Chelsea's got to do, and I think there is a happy medium between the experience and the youthfulness you can get in the market. It's just finding the right players. Like Tonali would be classed as a level A player, in my opinion. People like Sangari would be classed as a level B tier player, but he can get to an A tier. People have no qualms.
And so far in the World Cup, he's been playing like an A, for real. So,
Mali
But this is
ain't in
thing.
the World Cup, bro.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Sangare.
Yeah.
No, who am I thinking of that plays for
You're
Ivory
referring to
Coast
someone
then?
else.
Oh, Lamine Camara. Oh, are you talking about Lamine Camara from
youngster,
Senegal?
Or maybe
no,
I'm thinking of the guy that plays for Nottingham Forest.
Oh, Ibrahim Sangare.
Sorry.
I'm
I
talking about
mixed up.
Mamadou
Sorry.
Sangare. I'm talking about Mamadou
Sorry.
Sangare.
He's
People say
Senegalese.
he's a beauty player that could get to a level where potentially level
Yeah.
TS as well. So,
But here's the thing. I think there are certain players that, okay, they won Champions League, but if they are already at clubs that are not getting Champions League next season, even if they're being chased by Arsenal, Liverpool and all, I think you should be throwing your name in the hat, like a Tonali, like even Adam Wharton. I think these are players that would take you to a next level. I think even attackers, I understand it'll be difficult to attract players without Champions League football.
Leao, Rafa Leao.
But we have all seen Arsenal, United, even Chelsea in the past get big players without having Champions League football, because every player knows at some point these clubs are going to be back. So you just have to sell them on the project, sell them on the manager, sell them on the direction you're going to. The fact that you're not linked with some big names. When I say big names, I mean
I thought Xabi Alonso would come in, Ashraf, and their name would be thrown in with the Tonali, their name would be thrown in with the Barcola,
their
name would be thrown in with these people, but I'm like seeing different links.
No, you're right.
You're right. You're making me look bad in front of people. Chelsea are making me look bad in front of people.
No.
I'm going to tell you why.
Because he started opening his mouth about Chelsea being like,
I'm going to tell you something. I read the reports. I said before, I'm not a journalist, right? All I do is I have conversations about the news. The news were Xabi Alonso's coming in. Loco are changing a little bit of their attitude or the way they run it. They are giving Xabi Alonso the reign, some of the management. He isn't a head coach. He's a manager. So I'm thinking, okay, you're moving into the right direction. So you're going to go and try to sign experience. But you aren't going to get Xabi Alonso and give him Palestra to work with all due respect. You might give him, I'm giving a name. For example, you're giving him an Livramento. You're giving him a player that is more of an experience in the Prem, or more like a player from outside. You know what I mean? And I thought that Chelsea are changing the direction, but Palestra is the same direction as before. A young talent coming from a different foreign league. They are signing him. Good money. Yeah. Croix, for me, is similar to the signing of Tosin, but with money. Someone is coming from similar. Hear me out. Someone coming from that. For me, for example, like I'm not saying that Tosin and Croix are the same level, but you're signing a center back from Crystal Palace. You aren't going to trying to get a free agent from Bayern or someone from Real Madrid, for example.
Okay.
I thought that, guys. I thought that, like, if Hoyson
that's
is on
like
the market,
you saying Liverpool should not have signed Van Dijk from Southampton, even though Van Dijk is much better.
No, but Van Dijk was rated very highly, Ashraf. Like,
what about Sadio
Or Firmino?
Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, let me give you an example. Between the difference between the profiles, even though both are from Crystal Palace. I want you to imagine if Guehi didn't sign for Man City. There is going to be a level of difference between, I want you guys to imagine, season ends, Guehi and Croix. Who do you think is the higher profile than the other?
By the way, before we answer that question, on my life, I genuinely think Guehi's overrated. Like, I used to rate him highly.
No, fair enough.
Anyways,
we can discuss it, but you understand my point.
To answer your question, Chelsea, and I think even Quest will admit this, currently are not at a level where they can battle a team like City or at Liverpool from last season for a signing. That doesn't mean they shouldn't try for it.
Yeah, we haven't got the finances.
But, okay, for example, can I ask Sinetti?
But he isn't available. Croix is available, right? So why would they go after someone unavailable?
I am talking about, why aren't Chelsea targeting Senesi, for example? Is he? I think he's
but we were in conversations with Senesi.
Quest, would you go after Zidane?
And he chose, and Spurs signed him.
I don't know enough about him, Ram, to be fair, so I don't know if I would say yes to that.
I think so. I think Senesi is better
next season, I'm making a prediction from now. I don't care if I'm right or wrong, because I don't really care about Bournemouth. I have a feeling a lot of Bournemouth players are going to be exposed that Iraola is not there anymore. I think some of the players get overgassed. Just like how some Brighton players were gassed when De Zerbi was there, and then we saw they were not as good as some people.
Not quite, Ashraf. Not quite. I think you'll see a couple of players exposed, but you also see a couple of players that play very well. Because it's Marco Rosa.
I think Senesi is one of those players that looked really good because of the system, because the midfield kept the ball so well, because he could just pass the ball to Alex Scott or Christie, and they could move the ball well, and it made it seem like,
I think you guys are understanding. I want Chelsea to be in the. I want what Ashraf said. Ashraf said Chelsea should throw their name in that. You should be in conversations with
Yeah,
the
but we
top
are
players.
throwing
Yeah,
our
the
name in
others
a
I
hat,
agree.
though. We
No,
are.
what
we
if-
are, we
what
are.
if what if
We
they
spoke to
I
Senesi.
I was so happy when I saw the Wharton confirmed news, and then it had like 4 million views on Twitter, and I thought this is confirmed news, and then it turned out to be it's a fake news. Like I thought that Chelsea and Wharton is like a deal that it's gonna be done, and I'm like, okay, now Chelsea are targeting
Yeah,
Wharton.
but you also don't want that, though. You don't want
I
Chelsea
want
to
that.
go. No, but I, as a Chelsea fan, don't want Chelsea to just go and spend another 100 million on a player that definitely isn't the level of Declan Rice right now.
Yeah,
And
of
that's
course.
how much Arsenal paid for Declan Rice, and that was a guarantee.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't worth 100, he was definitely going to still be worth at least 50 to 65, and he's proved.
I'm
it.
not in the camp, to be honest with you guys.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
am this season. I'm saying something to the people in the chat that we will be doing shows, inshallah, during the season. We're happy and healthy. I am not in the mood of like, I don't want to start next season with like, oh, I'm just saying that because I'm on an agenda, because I hate City, or I hate Chelsea, or I hate Liverpool. I don't want that. If I say like Croix is a level below Saliba, Gabriel, I think Gay is a level above him.
Yeah.
I think Signinigs is better. I think Van de Ven is better than him. I think Lisandro Martinez is better than him.
Whoa, Mo.
Bro, you killed it.
You're
Killed
doing
it.
too much, Mo.
Mo, what you got in that flask, man?
You started off
What's
well, yeah.
going on, man?
If I didn't know
Wallah.
that Mo doesn't drink, yeah. If I didn't know Mo doesn't drink, I would have thought that's.
I would
risky.
start to question now, man.
Ashraf, I'll be going.
You
one
guys
further,
don't
bro.
think that
Sandro
Van de Ven
Martinez.
is better?
No,
I
he's
think
in
Sandro
he's
Martinez
nurtured.
is
That's
Not
it.
as a defender
Outside
either.
pace, Van de Ven doesn't do anything decent defensively.
Yeah,
he's
bro.
not the best on the ball. His positioning is not that great. Even
He's a
aerially,
left back. Ashraf, he's a left back, bro.
He basically is a tall left back. He
He's a
basically is
left
tall
back,
left back.
bro. That's
are we
it,
doing,
basically.
bro?
Come
Like-
on, man. Like, what we
Man
doing?
said
And,
Lisandro Martinez
realistically, yeah,
Senesi.
this is how you know the thing with Van de Ven is even darker. If we were to point to moments that we can think of that explain Van de Ven, we only think of the time he scored goals.
No,
We don't think
no.
of times he saved
not true.
Tottenham.
Or
That's
his
not true.
recovery pace.
Or his
That's
recovery
not true.
pace.
That's not true.
What would you point to, Ram?
When Isak made him do a spinneroonie, bro.
yeah, okay.
Bro,
This is what I mean.
How
played
is your
against
face
them.
on the ground and your feet is in the air,
Bro.
bro? How is that possible?
And by the way, no, wait, that's not it. In that same game, he got dropped twice. He got dropped by Anthony Gordon as well.
Yeah.
Once by Isak and once by Gordon in the same game. Bro, when we played them 2 seasons ago at their ground and beat them 1-0, Havertz pressed him like 4 times and won the ball in 3 of them.
Nah.
Yeah. We can't.
Mo,
Yeah.
I want you.
Come
No,
on, man.
Mo, I want you to show this on screen to the people, bro. I want you to show this on screen to the people just to make them understand. Look at it.
Share it, Mo. What are you doing? Mo is hiding. Share
I'm
it.
looking at like stats and stuff like this. And anyway,
Show the
He
picture,
wants
bro.
to bring stats. I know. You know what happened? Mo went to see stats. He said, they're not that great. So he left it. He's like, I don't want to bring it up.
This.
no, it's not
yeah,
that.
please.
I'm gonna tell you something. There is completely different with someone that plays a high line for me and someone that plays in the low block. And I don't see Lacroix playing a high line and being that good yet. He might be. You guys might have something to
Have you seen
You guys-
Lisandro Martinez play a high line and do well? So why did you
with
pick
Man
him over
United. Yeah,
Lacroix?
with Man United.
They don't
yes.
play
that's
high
the-
line at Man
They are a
United.
that's the-
dominant team.
But Mo,
2
that's the
seasons
question.
ago, they had a stat for the deepest line because they couldn't they were defending for their lives. What do you want about?
Mo,
They
but that's
don't play with a high line.
But
Man
even
United.
then, that's the risk, though. That's the risk with any player. Like that's the risk with quite a lot of players in this league. Like you're gonna sign these players because they have you see the quality, but can they do it in a more progressive system? Can they do it in a system where they
Maybe
they
I
have
like-
to be
I
about
like Van
40
de Ven.
yards
I like
higher,
Van de Ven.
higher up the
Of
pitch?
course, yeah.
I
But
like
this
Van
is
de
the
Ven.
thing,
Van de
off
Ven
the-
is-
No, but off the face of it, Lacroix can do it because of that recovery pace that he has. He
Yeah.
has
Yeah,
at
I
least
agree.
something that could get him out of jail. That's why we're saying
Where
he's
I
not
would
bad.
back Mo is like I for example, you lost Cucurella. You and look, it might happen later, so we don't know. But you'd want to see Chelsea in for like a Lewis Hall, for example.
Yeah,
in for
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
I get
That's
that.
where-
quality
yeah, that's
left
where I
back
keep.
that can start right now. This is why
Yeah.
Tonali as well. I agree with Tonali. If you're losing Enzo Fernandez, even if you're not losing Enzo Fernandez, like getting Tonali and upgrading on the midfield, getting these kind of names that okay, fair enough, they're not your Diomandes that are chased by PSG and Liverpool, but they are
Yeah.
top quality players, as Ram said earlier, like B-level players that can be an A player that
Yeah.
can take you to the next level. And right now, you got Palestra. I don't know enough about him, so I'm not going to talk. But Lacroix, I think, is in that profile. I think you need another 3-4 links with players of that profile or higher.
I agree with you 100%. And that's why I said for me, what I just don't want is I just don't want to see the club go and spend ridiculous amounts of money, and then we're stuck in a bad financial situation
That's true.
that lands
That's
us
true.
here again anyway. Because that's the reason why we can't sign these A-tier players, is we can't offer them the wages. If we do, UEFA's going to be knocking on our door saying you owe us something. So we actually do have to be a little bit smarter. And I do think the Palestra signing is probably a shrewder signing. Remember that one thing they've also been, whether you call it a brief or identifying in the media with the journalists, is physicality has been an issue for Chelsea. When we've gone into battles in games, we've not had the physicality or the height to be able to compete. And that's actually been a problem for a number of years. I think even from when Tuchel was there at the end, one of his criticisms about the team is we didn't have enough height, and he wanted to bring in more height, which is why Trevor Chalobah ended up playing right wing back. So you see that, like, again, we've needed to improve some of these areas. Croix coming in being, if he comes in, which I hope he does, him being, I think, 6'4", 6'3" or something, Palestra being 6'1", 6'2" or whatever. And then you then boil it down to the players we do have. Tosin, riddled with mistakes. Chalobah makes a mistake every now and then. And Fofana's unreliable. So that, for me, is a definitive upgrade. And you're getting him on a free. So that I can't argue with as a signing.
Croix is not free.
Free, whatever the fee will be. I don't think
Croix is a hefty fee. It's like going to be 50 million.
He was coming on a free. Sorry, that's my bad. That's
it's a hefty fee.
50 to me is not hefty.
What are you sharing, Ram? I'm sorry.
Coming from Crystal Palace.
Van der Ven. Because you're refusing not to put it on screen. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh my gosh! And this.
Look at this.
No, that's diabolical.
You know what makes it. You know what makes it worse is I actually remember that moment. I remember when I watched that game.
Diabolical.
I remember. I was like, "What did he just do to him?" And
so you aren't going to be happy if you aren't going to be happy, Ram, if you get Van der Ven for your club,
brother. You see, we make a joke about it. Yeah, Matt on Coppish, big other boys from Coppish. Yeah, Matt is gonna crash out. I will be there to crash out.
Let's move to Liverpool. Let me do this couple of these supers. Ram, given Prime IT Pro with a new trim and glasses.
IT Pro is disgusting. Wow.
Piss off, Randy. I can take it two ways. You think I'm a smart ass? Appreciate it. Or you think I'm a nerd? Then go fuck yourself then.
Yeah.
Hey, nerds rule the world, man. Nerds are the richest people.
A season full of injuries. My guy Messi even was fully out for Barca. His numbers went way down. Then it happens to almost all the players. That's about Odegaard.
When was this? Name that season when Messi had injuries and his numbers went way down. First of all, I don't know why you're using Messi as an example. That's the worst example you could use. In literally, if I had to pick all the footballers, the millions and millions and millions that have played football since the start of time, this is the one player that you should not have picked as an example. The literal that's the one player you shouldn't have picked. And I'm sorry, if you look at, I'm actually going to check it right now because I remember Odegaard actually did play more games than what people thought. Look at this. Last season, he played how many Premier League? He played 24 Premier League games. So fair enough, that's not much. And the season before that, he played 30. So he's played 54 Premier League games in the last 2 seasons, and 90% of them were poor games. And trust me, this is someone who's been defending Odegaard for a long time. But I do think 2 seasons is a long enough sample size to say, move on. I'm happy to have him as a bench option. Don't get me wrong, but that's not going to happen if you get Rodgers, I think.
Where's he going to go,
Mo,
man?
I saw you were laughing and saying Chelsea don't have money. The Football Terrace extra video, and now you're saying we can't compete. Habibi, we can't compete with the wages. Do you think Inter? Okay, I actually don't think you understand what I mean. Chelsea don't have the money that City have. Like, people need to understand it. Chelsea literally went to the player and offered him whatever Inter are offering. We're just going to offer more. We cannot compete with the Premier League money, which is just fair.
By the way, you're talking about Inter. Let me put this in perspective about the Serie A. Yeah, apparently this is true, which is wild. Hull City, their earnings in the playoff final is quadrupled the amount Inter won the Serie A.
Exactly that, and it is what it is. I don't run the fucking league. I don't own the fucking league. I don't own Inter. I don't run Inter. So it is what it is.
Mo could potentially buy Serie A. We don't know.
Saying Lacroix is not fast is such an erroneous statement, by the way. So erroneous.
Yeah,
for me, fast is Kozanov.
He's not.
For me, fast is Van der Ven.
He's not
for
that
me,
level
fast
speed.
Is
Okay.
I think
Those
Saliba
are
is
not
quick.
fast. Those guys are not fast. Those guys are
No, but he's
speed.
quicker than Saliba, though. He's quicker than Saliba.
Potentially.
Maybe I don't see him a lot running because they're always
I'm being such a Gen Z person here, right? But
Okay,
can we
fair
can we
enough.
can we just look at their
if not-
ultimate team cards, please?
No. Listen, I stopped playing Ultimate Team.
Pace.
So
Pace. The Croix got 88
if-
pace, man.
Bro,
It's
Inter
no
Milan.
team-
Bastard.
guys,
I just
can we
checked.
let me
Inter
do this.
Milan, their weekly wages for all their players, I think 54 players overall, is 2.6 million euros. For context, no, it's not a lot.
Wait.
Because for context, Forest, let me not pick Forest. Let me pick, Forest or Newcastle are paying 2.5 million. Forest are paying 2 million. West Ham are paying 1.9 million. Chelsea are paying 3.4 million. And Chelsea controls wages. Guys, Inter Milan not only are broke, they're broke.
Damn,
Brother, they're worse than broke. They're almost
Milan-
bankrupt.
Inter Milan eat bread for dinner, bro. Like that's their dinner, bread with salt. Like, what are
But
we on about?
how is this
Bread with
happening?
butter. Bread with butter.
It's the media money and the broadcasting money.
Jeez.
If no team
Oh.
sign anyone, who will win next season?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah,
think
that's
so,
yeah.
Arsenal Magnum.
That's nah.
Sam, the fraud, talking about Cook teams when he is hijacking Castle 4 randoms and linked to Mente and Mal said Verts still getting bodied by Ivory Coast. Blaze, I'm coming back to this because now we're linked to Liverpool. But I need to do Mo, the club got what Alonso requested, Palestra. Fair enough. I didn't see the links before June. Bro, I'm an IT and we keep the world running.
That's
Fair enough,
true.
friend.
That's true.
Right,
That's
Fair
true.
enough.
Fair play.
Fair
Fair
play.
play.
That's
Blaze,
a good one.
Are Liverpool ahead of Chelsea? Massively ahead of Chelsea then?
I would say so.
Let Blaze answer this. Quest, I already know your thoughts. Let Blaze
Yeah,
answer
okay,
this.
okay.
So Blaze, you don't like it then. So Blaze, are you ahead of Liverpool then? Are you at the same level as Liverpool? Are Chelsea at the same level as Liverpool? We got a Chelsea and a Liverpool fan now.
I hope he's gonna say the right thing here. To be honest,
Blaze,
with you.
don't stall, bro.
Don't waste your money, man.
Quick answer.
I think he'll say we're at a similar level if he responds.
I do not think that at all. Boy.
One benefit they've got 1 week with 1 week, one game a week. Which helps a lot. And you can't
Only one team. Only
theoretically,
one team,
but Chelsea.
only one team of the big six.
yeah. And who was it, Ash?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that.
This is what I'm saying. If I'm willing to
I was
cook
about to say
Arsenal
it.
for history about not winning titles, I have to be able to accept my own club's deficiencies. We are the only club that could be stupid enough to have one game a week and still not
And
end
still
up in the
finish
top.
outside
That's
the top five,
diabolical.
yeah.
So that's
Nah,
why I'm
you
a bit
won't,
like,
you won't go that far.
listen, Alonso
They
coming
did it
to a
once,
new
though.
league, new player, bro. A lot of expectation there. Is very possible Chelsea crumble further than we saw this season. I'm not like disillusioned to that. That's very possible. And I would be upset. I would be upset. man.
Blaze, I normally don't give anyone from the chat the link unless you've done YouTube before, unless you have been on YouTube before, because
That's a lie.
listen, nah, people that I only give links to people that I've done. Bro, I've seen you in the football terrace before I even do YouTube.
Fair point.
Yeah, Ram, you're
I've
YouTube
seen,
royalty now.
bro,
That's
Ram,
your
you were in the Ram, you were in the studio with Terry and the guys in London, right? That's in COVID.
Yeah.
That's even before I started doing YouTube. So,
But Mo, at some point,
Yeah, I
you do
forgot
have
about
to invite Blaze. To
but
the
I'm
show
gonna
because he's
give,
been
but I'm
super
gonna,
chatting
but I'm
for a
gonna,
long
But Blaze
I'm
is
gonna tell you
always
something.
around. Blaze is always
But I'm
around.
gonna tell
Yeah.
something to Blaze. DM me, Blaze, on Twitter. You DM me a lot on Twitter, and I will give you the link for a bit just to discuss this quickly before we go to August. Blaze, just DM me now, bro. DM me
Big
now.
up, Blaze. Blaze,
See, I'm in a good mood. So
Blaze.
even though I'm very hungry, but Blaze,
Oh,
just
bigger. Nah, I love that.
I hope that Blaze, you have to have like a camera or mic, like something like this.
Who was the
By
one
the
that
way,
said that?
by the way,
Tevin, I do.
Toby.
Tevin, but
By the way, guys, I'm gonna let you guys how I get new people. I don't find them in the chat. Toby started doing Instagram, and Sam sent me, said, watch this guy. He is talking Liverpool. So I watched him, and then I invited him. Where is he? I told Blaze to DM me. He hasn't DM'd me yet.
Blaze, we're running on a strict schedule, brother. We've got World
Blaze, I
Cup
wanna
football
eat.
after.
By the way, sorry,
I wanna-
quickly, Mo, you're in big trouble. By the way, which centre backs did you say were faster than Lacroix?
Saliba.
Van der Ven. I thought Saliba. Saliba's not.
Big trouble. You're in big trouble here, right? I'm looking at the Premier League website. Top 10 speeds of Premier League players.
Oh, they have
He
this.
doesn't make that list, but it then goes down to explain the remaining 14 clubs' fastest players.
Blaze
Only
DM
centre
حبيبي.
back on that list out of the ones you mentioned is Lacroix,
I thought so.
with a top speed of 35.39.
So
I was trying to
he's
tell
faster
you,
than who? He's faster
he's
than.
every centre back you named.
But I never
Other
said
other
that they
than
are
Van der
faster
Ven.
than
Other
him.
than Van der
No,
Ven.
but I
And
never said that they are faster than him.
Yeah.
I never said Lisandro. No. I said only Van der Ven, Saliba. I said Van der Ven, Saliba, and who else did I say? I only said 3 names.
Okay, I think Van der Ven is the only one.
Kuzanov.
That's
I said
faster
Van der
than
Ven, Kuzanov, and Saliba are faster than him.
But it doesn't actually give Van der Ven clocking a speed last season higher than Lacroix.
No, it does.
Which is,
It does.
are you looking at the one I'm looking at? Remaining 14 clubs fastest players.
No,
Haaland, Frimpong, James, Minte, Kevin, Sharda, Einar,
I'm looking at
Isidore,
the one from the
Somerville.
previous
No,
season.
wait, Quez, what's
I'm
his
looking at
top?
the
What's his
previous
top speed in kilometers?
Top
an hour?
speed, kilometers an hour, 35.39 on the Prem side.
So
Anyway, guys, Blaze
so
hasn't
Mickey
DM'd
Van
me yet,
der
so
Ven
I'm
is
not
35.6, just so around
Anyway,
about the same.
Can we
Okay.
continue with our
Yeah, Van der
discussion?
Ven, I expect.
Mickey Van der Ven clocked
Can
37.
guys, can we go away? I want to go to
Van der Ven's
Liverpool.
good,
I
Van der
want
Ven's
to,
good.
guys, I want to discuss a little bit of Liverpool. Julián Diomande,
Yo,
is he a ceiling raiser? Like, does he elevate Liverpool?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think so. I don't think he's a ceiling raiser. No. Is he gonna
well, Quez, at this
Well,
moment
he's a
he
ceiling
is
raiser for them because
we
they have
no
nobody.
one. We have no one.
They have no
Okay,
one.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but then that's like saying when we had
On
no
paper,
wingers last
where
season,
does
Garnacho was a
Diomande-
ceiling
okay.
raiser.
Okay, hold on.
No.
Hold on. Okay, no.
That is
See what I'm saying?
that
No
is so
wingers,
shameful.
Even
you
with
mentioned.
no wingers, Garnacho regresses your team.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
What we
saying?
doing?
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but wait, no. We're not doing that, Quez. We're not doing the Diomande
I
Garnacho
was trying to
team,
follow.
bro.
I was trying to follow the rule. My bad.
Bro, you're using the exception to the rule.
To the rule. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I got that one wrong.
But for me at this moment, he is a I think he's a floor raiser at this moment at a bare minimum because of the fact that we have no one there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen this boy play this entire last season. I talked about him since October or early September. Like, he's just gone from strength to strength throughout the entire season, and I've been a massive fan of him. Look, price tag is price tag. The market is dictating that certain players are worth £80 million when they should be worth 40. So I'm really at a point where I can't be mad at prices when I'm seeing stupid amount of price for other players. But is this guy a talent? 100%. Is he incredibly versatile? Yes, he is. He plays on the left. He can play on the right. Well, he plays on the right. He can play on the left. He can play up front if you desperately want him to as well. He's just got all the technical standpoints to be a top player. He's got the physical standpoints as well. The one thing I have a problem with is the price tag. That's it. The fact that we had to spend £100 million. But again, I can't be mad at it when the market's already mad at it as it is. So I think he's going to be a top player. I think he's going to be a real top player. And I think people are starting to see the qualities this tournament as well. And the one thing I've been hearing, and sorry, Ashraf, because it involves your fan base, ever since that game against Ecuador, a lot of Arsenal fans on the Twitterverse have been pulling on the whole Madueke train for the past God knows how long. I don't know why. I think it's very weird as well. This is clearly people that haven't watched this guy for the entire season. When I tell you, he wasn't meant to be the main guy for RB Leipzig, but he made himself the main guy for RB Leipzig. That's what makes me want to go and buy him. Because of the fact that you were brought in for relatively zero money. There were players that were ahead of you in the game because they played in tougher leagues. They were already established. They already worked at Leipzig. The likes of Jan Bakayoko, Antonio Nusa were already there. The fact that you came into that team and became the main man, that for me is why we should go and buy him. Not because of the fact that he's quick and he has the quality. The fact that he made himself the main guy. for a very, very a team that's not really that great. I'm not really impressed by them at all. But he became that guy in his first season. So for me,
guys, anyone who's 19 years old can play left wing and right wing really well. Decent stats in the Bundesliga. I think like 20 GA, if I'm not wrong, for a 19-year-old, and has completed the second most dribbles per game in the top 5 leagues in Europe. The only one above him is Yamal. That is someone probably worth the 100 million, because you're not paying for now, you're paying for the future. Like, you don't want to be in a position that Arsenal were a couple of years ago, not just Arsenal, many other teams, when we overlooked someone like Kvaratskhelia, who was 21, 22 at the time, and we're like, 60 million, we don't know, and then he turns out to be the best left winger in the world. So
I get that.
someone like him
hello.
twice.
Big up Blaze.
Okay,
Big up Blaze.
It's Blaze.
Big up, guys. What's up?
You got 2 minutes to make your case.
Whoa,
Mo.
Mo,
Don't worry about it. Ram, don't worry about it.
Chill. You can't just put me on the spot like that, bro. Come on. What am I talking about now?
You got to talk about why Chelsea are in the same level as Liverpool.
I did not say that. Oh, come on, bro. I did not say that. You just...
You're dashing out Osam in the chat. So you got to be brave and see it. See it on the stream. Here comes another one. Good behind the keyboard on the stream. Come on.
Mo, listen up. I'm just calling out Hussam for being a hypocrite, which he usually is. You know what I'm saying? Most of the times he's just coming after Chelsea. Most of the times he has nothing to say about Liverpool, nothing to say about how they've been run this summer, nothing to say about the players they've been
Not true.
And he just keeps going about Chelsea and Chelsea are doomed and Chelsea
that is not true. That is not Blaze. That is not true. Blaze, stop. That is not true. Hold on.
Okay.
That is not true. Sam have publicly said that Liverpool are the team that failed the most last season. That is not true.
Yeah, he did say that, but he also said he does see his team challenging this season, though. Didn't he say that?
Yeah, he said with Diomande and a midfielder, he says that.
Okay, so which play have they been linked to or /signed yet that gives him that confidence they will do that?
Diomande, they're linked to Barcola, they're linked to Adam Wharton. Yeah,
I mean we're linked to players.
A lot of good.
We're linked to Croix, we're linked to Wharton, we're linked to.
I mean, if you want other names, we will also link with Schlotterbeck.
Yeah,
as well.
so that doesn't mean anything.
Before the injury.
Anyways, that's not the point. The point is he's got this Chelsea bias sometimes, which I know it's kind of fun though, but like it does cross the line a bit most of the times. But anyway, that's not the point.
No, hold on. So Fonzie here is saying, Osam literally said we cannot judge Chelsea until all the summer signings have been done. That's what he said. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
Bro. Hey, but bro, you can't.
Why is that wrong?
No, that isn't wrong.
I'm gonna defend my guy Osam here. Osam praised the signing of Xabi Alonso as a coach.
Yeah.
He said that Xabi Alonso is on paper the second or the third best coach in the league after Arteta. He said he's better than Andoni Iraola. He said the only thing that Chelsea need to do is to back the guy with experienced players, and then he should cook. He literally said that.
Okay, I just remembered this stuff. By the way, Chelsea's. I don't know if Kessie would. Sorry, did I say that right, Kessie?
It's question.
I don't know if he's gonna agree with this, but I feel like Chelsea's squad in general has been super like has been done. It's been said. They've been said too much about. To be honest, the quality of the squad. Because if you look at last season or you look at Maresca's last 2 seasons, for example, like he's had us on average. He's had us top 3 for pretty much every stat. Like when he was at Chelsea, we were top 3 for goals, top 3 for chances conceded, big chances, whatever you could think of. We had Sanchez at the start of the last season. He was going with Raya for like Golden Glove. He was like, was it 10 or 9 or something like that? So like we were still like a top team, and the way we fell off this season is like making every people like to just question Chelsea, like re-evaluate like how good Chelsea actually is. But that's like I was always in the opinion we had to upgrade anyways. But like it's not that massive as people make it out to be. And so when I hear people say stuff like, "Oh, Chelsea are cooked," I'm like, bro, are you all just have amnesia now or something, or the way we finish the season like really turn people off that much that everyone's
so
like.
Where do you, let's actually put this. let's materialize this. If you sign La Croix, listen, I'm gonna give you the best possible window. Palestra, La
Mo, I'll be
Croix.
honest with you. We could.
Hold
we
on,
could
let me
sign
finish.
no
Let me
one
finish.
and still
Let me
finish
finish,
off
my
one.
man. Let me finish, my
All
man.
right, go.
Let me finish, my man.
Yeah, go.
You sign Adam Morton, Palestra, La Croix, and I'm gonna give you a left winger of Liao.
He's trash, but okay.
Hey,
Okay, tell me a left. Hold on. Tell me a left winger you like, please.
Give them Yildiz. Give them Yildiz. 21.
It
Hold
doesn't
on.
matter.
No,
to be honest.
he's not.
It
No
doesn't
one
matter.
Yildiz.
It doesn't
No one
matter.
Yildiz.
They aren't signing Yildiz because Yildiz quoted us
You know
100
what,
million.
Mo?
So
I'll
go ahead.
just take Leao because you said him. I'll just. It doesn't matter to be honest,
Okay.
but I'll just take Leao. Right?
Liverpool sign a midfielder, and they sign Diomande.
Sangari, Diomande, and Coyote.
Who do you think? Do you think it's close? Then do you think you finish above them with 1 game a week?
We
I just
could
want
have
to put
finished.
this on record, bro.
Mo, we could have finished above them this season if Maresca was in charge. Like
Honestly.
it doesn't really matter that much, bro. And this is the thing people fail to understand. Like the team really down towards towards the end of the season, and that really cost us a lot. And
Fair enough.
if you look at the first half of the season, bro, like I said, we was top 3 in pretty much everything. It was just City and Arsenal that were like above us, and I can remember vividly. We went to the Arsenal game just having to beat them and then be top of the league. That was pretty much it. That was the consensus going to the game, right?
Oh, you won that game. You won that game.
Blaze.
Yeah.
Mo, can I quickly challenge? Can I quickly challenge something from you, Blaze? Because you say you talk about that. You talk about last season, the start of the season. We've seen that script before, bro. We've seen that script the season before where you were second, I believe, against us.
Yeah.
And then the drop-off was massive because you were dropped out of the top 6. And then obviously the last couple of games of the season, Nottingham Forest ended up bottling top 4 and then dropping out of Champions League place. And obviously you got Champions League instead of them.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing, except this time you didn't get top 6 and you didn't even get European football in general. So there is a trend.
I did concede to that. I did concede to that. I said we still need some players. We still need to fill up some spots. But we're not far off as much most people make
I get what Blaze is saying. He's like, Chelsea need players. Liverpool act like they don't need players. Like we need some of the talk.
Yeah. My
I get what he's saying. The talk is like, Liverpool needs 3 signings and they're complete. But Chelsea needs 7 signings.
Exactly, Mo. That's
Blaze,
the point.
I can understand why you'd say that though, because Liverpool's squad is like 1 season removed from winning the league. And to be fair, this will sound crazy no matter how you say it, but they've only they've lost Salah. But like that's one big position. Robbo too, yeah, but it's one big position. Realistically, as far as as we know right now, they still have McAllister, they still have Gravenberch, they still have Van Dijk. Alisson's not gone anywhere yet. They've got Wirtz, Isak, Ekitike. Like for me, next season is them and Arsenal.
Liverpool and Arsenal.
So
no, but I think the reason why I'll push for me as a Liverpool fan, the reason why I would push back. I'd push back on the Liverpool and Arsenal thing is because for me is Arsenal.
It's going to be Arsenal alone next season.
Arsenal on their own at this moment in time, because for me there are still so many unknowns when it comes to
Hello.
Oh wow.
Hey.
Please don't support your father's club, please.
Yeah.
You want to be happy in life, please. You don't want to be miserable.
But there's so many unknowns. There's so many unknowns.
Guys, why are you all sleeping on Man City? They need nothing.
But they're
adapting.
But they're on the same category as us, in my opinion, because there's still some unknowns when it comes to Manchester City, in my opinion. Not as much as Liverpool's, but there's still some where I'm
Ash, my thing is Maresca, and I'm going to tell you why.
Oh my God, we have 3 Chelsea fans on the
Ash, there's context. There's context.
What is this, Mo? Why is we're outnumbered.
Ash, don't do this, Ash. There's context, yeah? Because Sam asks Mo, loves to mention my name every week. I've been on Football Terrorist this guy for like 10 months.
Habibi, you go and chat uppercase, yeah. You go and do uppercase.
This guy, I'm living rent-free in this guy's head. I swear down, Chris, no lie.
Hey, Chairs, don't do that. Chairs, don't do that.
Right, can I say my thing about City? Yeah, my thing about City is Maresca with Leicester was I think he was 22 or 20 points ahead in the Championship. At some point, that gap reduced to I think it was 5 points or something crazy like that. So it was mad. Ram made a good point. The season before last, we were like second, toe to toe. Come Christmas time, we fall off. We finish fourth. We win the Club World Cup, big achievement. Have to rate it. Then next season, we're third. We're almost there again, which is like Maresca's thing. And then all of a sudden, winter happens. We're sitting like fifth, sixth. And
yeah,
then
but he has
leaves.
a much better team now. He has a much better team now.
I hear you, but also remember, this is Maresca coaching a better team with players who have had Pep for the last 4 years, 5 years, bro. Are they
Yeah,
in the same way we said Maresca going into Chelsea, are the players going to respect Maresca? He earned their respect. Is he going to be able to go to City and earn Haaland's respect?
Right?
Guys,
Yeah,
can I say something,
speak on
please?
this.
Can I say? No, hold on.
No, I
Hold
just
on.
don't know.
Didn't you just say if we had Maresca, we would have finished above?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Yes, I said that. That was me.
Hold on,
Blaze,
I'm
Blaze,
confused.
Blaze,
Is
I
Blaze.
didn't say
Maresca
that.
good or bad?
I'm not saying Maresca is
Maresca is a
bad.
good manager, but he's just.
I'm not saying
the
Maresca
He's
is
a
bad.
don't
very
think
good
he can-
manager.
No, but moment.
My thing is, we
one
haven't
sec,
seen
Chris.
evidence yet in the league of him being consistent enough to
Bro,
challenge for the
Liverpool
title.
finished
So
fifth.
that's
bro.
why
They
I'm
were
saying what I'm
terrible.
Yeah.
He just had
In
to-
Blaze's defense, he was
had to be
referencing the
top
finish
four
about
side, we
Liverpool.
would've finished.
But
He
then,
was.
again,
Wait, one sec. When Blaze said that comment, he was more referencing to the fact that Liverpool were poor.
Liverpool
Therefore,
was so poor
Chelsea's
back last season.
exactly Chelsea still being poor with Maresca still would have finished above them if
Yeah,
we had
exactly.
him.
That's it.
He wasn't really making because I use my brain. He wasn't really saying, "Oh, we're much better than Liverpool." Like all things considered, he was saying the context of their bad season, which by the way
Yeah,
nobody
Liverpool was
expected.
so bad last
But
season.
before we talk about Man City, I want to talk about Chelsea quickly. I think the main point, which people love to discount, is one main thing, and it's the most obvious thing: is the manager. Because every single time we have somebody competent-ish or performs to a competent level, even Poch, by the way, who people were gaslighting us fans, like me and Quest, saying we should have kept him towards the end of the season. We
I wanted
see a
to comment,
different.
I hear you.
Yeah, there we go, Quest. We see a different vein of conversation. All of a sudden now, the same people, Blaze knows this is what he shows for years, the same people telling me, you don't finish top six. If
Mhm.
we're in second place, just like Ram said, we fell off 2 years in a row. If we're second place in December, what's everyone going to be telling us? You should win the title race. Despite seeing the last 2-3 years before that, we couldn't maintain it. So for me, this is all going to boil down to, yes, recruitment is 1 billion% accurate. But even with poor recruitment, Chelsea finished a handful of points behind the mighty Arsenal, who had good recruitment and pushed on to the league with the same manager, with the same system. If we had the same
Fair
premise,
enough.
which all Chelsea fans would have asked for, Mo, we didn't ask for Delap, we didn't ask for Garnacho. But even despite that, rivals themselves said Chelsea would win a title race. Despite all of that.
Sorry, Chez, you. I mean, the Arsenal metric I don't think makes sense because when we were clearly losing the league from Feb, we threw it away. We started resting our play, started playing Sterling. We dropped like 12 points or something just because we didn't take it seriously. I think last season, I get what you guys are saying, but I'm going to ask you guys this question. Weren't you guys doing bad before Maresca left?
Yes,
Whatever it
yes,
is.
Ash.
You were
This
on
is my
downward
thing.
spiral with him.
This
But
is
quick
this.
question.
With a better,
No, but this
with
is
a
why I
better
wasn't
manager, I
convinced
don't
about
think we would've-
Maresca. This is why I'm
Chris,
not convinced.
Me and Quest spoke. I know what Quest is going to say. He didn't see longevity in terms of like being sustained in that kind
Never.
of ilk of conversation. But it wasn't. It was bad, Ash. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't
wasn't this
sackable
bad.
yet. It was sackable yet. It was to the point where you're questioning it heavily. 2-7, I think it was 2-7. We were still in the cups, but it wasn't to the point where untenable tipping point. It was more we're getting there. We can see the iceberg.
I
That's different.
agree, yeah. I agree, but this is where I might be inclined to take what Ram said and actually explore it more, whereby potentially Maresca was upset about Chelsea having conversations with other managers, fair. But potentially Chelsea were ahead of the curve going, actually, at Leicester, you almost threw away the league. The season before, yes, you won the 2 trophies, but in the league, you couldn't maintain the pace. And then actually, when we got to, what was it? November, we beat Barcelona, fair play, we're on top of the world. We draw to Arsenal, and there's disciplinary issues. That whole thing starts beginning. We had a tough time at the start of the season with Crystal Palace and a few other teams. And then we go from Arsenal, we lose to Leeds 3-1, we draw to Bournemouth 0-0, we lose to Atalanta 2-1, we beat Everton, beat Cardiff, then draw to Newcastle, lose to Aston Villa, then draw to Bournemouth again. Perhaps Chelsea were going, the signs are there that no matter what we do or what we give him, he may not be able to sustain this. on top of the fact that now he's asking for more than he already had. Because remember, in the summer, we still had Vega, still had Dewsbury Hall, still had Madueke. He sanctioned all of them going. On top of losing Felix the season before, Nkunku the season before, and then having the issues with obviously letting Sancho go and Mudryk go. So that's where I'm going, look.
But these are all the correct decisions, no?
Yep, question. I got a question.
I
though.
never thought letting go of Vega or Dewsbury Hall were ever the right decisions, because they were squad players that contribute, because they were the kind of players that would contribute in a way that they didn't
wanted
need
to
to
be
be stars.
Right.
They didn't need to be stars. And every team has those players, the players that can come in and just play their role. Once those players left, we were then struggling. To let Vega go and then to send Anselmino on loan and to send Sarr on loan,
But
and to
wasn't
rely
Vega asking for a starting position?
Yeah,
and he
No,
was
but-
would've-
hardly
yeah,
defended.
but you can accommodate some form of positioning for Vega when you know Badiashile has already shown you under Poch he can't be trusted.
But Chris,
When-
to play devil's advocate,
Can't be
I
trusted.
heard
When
I've heard what you
Fofana
just said.
shown he
Play
can't be trusted. So that for
devil's
me is where I'd
advocate.
go.
We don't know two things, Chris, on your points. To play devil's advocate, we speak from the same side of the coin. So when I'm rebutting you, it's not to attack your point.
No, don't worry,
There's
don't worry. Even
There's
for-
different
I hear
side
you.
for the viewers and for Mo and Ash to think about. And Blaze, the only perspective I'll give is we
bro?
didn't.
Why you mess me
we-
up, bro?
And Ram, I feel it was in the corner over there. Yeah, my bad, Ram. The only thing I would say, we haven't, same evidence that we could say, that rivals could say, you shouldn't have got rid of him because maybe you wouldn't have finished 10th. It's the same argument I could give where we can't guarantee that if he did stay, we would have finished higher in the league.
I hear that.
So I can't like be a hypocrite.
I
and
would
say,
say that. I would say
you're-
that.
Blaze, you can say it, but we haven't got evidence to back it either way. Because we finished fourth, by the way, expected to finish fourth and expected to win at least one of the trophies we did before. So it wasn't like he over-exceeded to a massive level. We just done better than previous years as a Chelsea football club. Do you get it? Second point is what Ash is saying to you in response, question is saying, yes, maybe in hindsight, those players shouldn't have got rid of because it would have helped. But it wasn't that you got rid of them, it's who you replaced them with, which is a different conversation. Because if he had the centre-back he wanted, argument's sake, maybe he wouldn't have tanked. Maybe he wouldn't have spoken Man City the same way. We don't know. That's why.
Fair.
That's
No,
why
I think that's
our
fair.
main
And
thing is
I mean,
stability, innit?
yeah.
Our main thing is stability.
I need to do super chats because I need to move on for the interest of time.
no, that's cool. I've got to go, boys, but love, man.
Yeah, I know you gotta
appreciate
go.
it, man.
Love, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Is Diomande technical? Yes, the way he dribbles and can push the ball is good. How is his tech for low blocks? Like if the ball is coming for him first, how is his first touch? Ram.
So example that I give to people when he's playing low blocks. There was one game against Augsburg where Finn Darman decided to turn into prime Manuel Neuer, and they were playing like a very incredibly low block team. Diomande took the game by the scruff of the neck and created about 3 or 4 chances for his teammates to score. But then I think he ended up scoring the first goal himself. So he has the capability. Yes, can it be he has a little bit of a donkey touch? Yes, it can happen because that happens to every single player. Unless your name is Lamine Yamal or Lionel Messi or someone like that, you're going to have a bad...
Doku never has the donkey. Never.
Yeah, sometimes he does. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Unless you're Lamine Yamal or Messi, who has an incredible first touch, then yeah.
He completes 3.6 dribbles per game. Even if you just kick the ball and run, you cannot do 3.6 dribbles per game. You have to be able to do it in close spaces. So he's a phenomenal dribbler.
Name a question. Name one player for each top 6 team that will lift the team. Then place your bets for top 4. 1 to 5.
Cut too, so.
Go ahead. Thank you, Blaze. Appreciate you so much.
You guys, appreciate yeah, you guys have a good one, man.
Yeah. Stay in the chat. Stay in the chat.
Oh, wait, I didn't get this question. What?
Name one player for each top 6 team that will lift the team. Then place then place your bets for top 4.
What? As in like the
1 to 5. I am on for £5. Everyone wants to join. I don't bet Magnum. Just to be honest with you.
What are you talking, Magnum? Are you talking like every team's talisman and then go from there? Like
I don't bet Magnum, but I can absolutely like give you. I think Julian Álvarez will lift Arsenal. For City, I think maybe Tonali would raise the level. I think for Chelsea, the likes of Leao would raise this level. For Manchester United, Tonali would raise the level. For Liverpool, I think Barcola would raise the level. That's to answer your question, Magnum, about it. from all the hate Madueke has gotten, don't you think there are England players like Gordon who did way worse yesterday? Way worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Go-
but
I said
that's
Madueke's
not the
level.
issue we had with what Mo said earlier. Mo said Gordon is a worse player than Madueke. That's where we had an issue,
Yeah.
which is a
I
crazy
actually think
statement.
so.
No,
That's
he's
That's mental.
the thing is with
is
Gordon,
mental.
Gordon's the kind of player where you need him in certain areas, and he was just non-existent in that game. He like the whole game situation just didn't help him. That's why you had to bring Marcus Rashford on. As soon as they played in that 10 back system, you're like, bring Rashford on because he's not going to work.
The best comments of all supporters all time. We could have done way better this season if it wasn't because of whatever reason. Yes, it's always the case.
It's the hindsight.
It's always the case, Magnum.
Yeah.
Just the last part about like Julian Álvarez and Eucharist and this deal. I know that he wants Barcelona.
Yep.
It's great. But Hand of Arsenal yesterday tweeted that he was open to join Arsenal if the Barcelona dream is not fulfilled. I think it's broken with Atletico Madrid, the relation. Do you actually think that it should be... Actually, let's go back to Odegaard. Can I just discuss Odegaard? Morgan Rogers, should he be the Odegaard replacement instead of being the left winger?
100%. I think it's a mistake if we bring him as a left winger. I think if we bring him in as a 10, he elevates our midfield to a much higher level because of everything he can do. I think as a I just saw Staffy's comment too. I think as a left winger, we don't improve whatsoever. If anything, I think he's a downgrade on Eze as a left winger. Like we saw the stats in the Kura pod because big up Saad. Like I don't want to expose Saad now, but Saad sometimes comes up with the weirdest comments. He's like, oh, Saad. He has the Saad School Football Corner.
Oh, Arsenal fan Saad. Yeah,
Arsenal fan Saad. And he's like, we were talking about like Eze is more of a left winger than Rogers if you have to choose one of them as a left winger. And he was like, no, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. So I literally showed them 2 heat maps and without showing them the player names. I'm like, guys, which one looks like more the left winger? Everyone is like the left one, obviously, because clearly you can see the heat map is on the left. That was Eze's heat map. And the other one, which was more in the middle, was Rogers' heat map. This last thing on it. They were also like, but Rogers can dribble really well on the left. We looked at the last 2 seasons. Eze not only completes more dribbles per game than him, he also completes more. He has a higher take on success rate. So he's even a better dribbler than Rogers, which is something we need on the left wing because we need the left-sided version of Bukayo Saka on the right when Bukayo Saka is at his best, obviously. Someone who can take on the fullback, who can dribble, who can create things out of nothing. And Rogers isn't that guy. That's just the reality.
No, but about Odegaard and Rogers, you think that Rogers is an upgrade on Odegaard in the 10?
Rogers is an upgrade on Odegaard in the 10, 100%. He's a better dribbler. He's a better can hold the ball better. He's a better ball carrier. He can shoot from the middle, which is his biggest strength, obviously. He's not a good passer. He's not a good chance creator. But Odegaard hasn't been a good chance creator the last 2 seasons, which is so funny to say given that that's his primary strength. So if we're talking about, Odegaard can create better, okay, but Odegaard hasn't done that for the last 2 seasons. If you're asking me who's the better 10 at their pump, when they're both at their best, that's of course Odegaard, but why am I going to rely on something that I've seen 3 seasons ago? But at some point, we have to accept the last 2 seasons is the real sample size.
I think we've had this conversation, Ashraf, before about your left wing situation. I've had my thoughts on your left wing situation. I think Barcola would be the better fit, in my opinion, on that left hand side compared to Morgan Rogers because of the fact that the type of player that Barcola is in terms of the being his man, being able to dribble past players, ISO play, as I like to call it. I think he just excels in that compared to Morgan Rogers. I think that one of the big benefits of Morgan Rogers, because he used to play as an out-and-out 8 as well, the defensive side of things, he can provide for that. So whenever you're out of possession in the opposition half, he can be there to close people down from the very get-go. And I think more intensely compared to Martin Odegaard.
I don't know. I have a feeling that Martin Odegaard is going to move on. Arsenal are going to move on Martin Odegaard.
But where would he go?
If we can get good money for him, that'll be amazing.
There is no talk of like a new contract. There is no talk of like he has 2 years left. Maybe I don't see any talk about a new contract or even a new offer for Martin Odegaard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, just now, Ben Jacobs have said that Arsenal are going to sign Morgan Rogers. And actually, the starting price is 80, so Arsenal can get him less than 80.
But I will still say, Mo, if he plays on the left, I think is a little bit of a concern in my opinion. I don't see how it's going to work.
That's a terrible move, I'm telling you. That's terrible.
Yeah, I just don't see how it's going to work. And I think with the players that they've got, he's more suited to playing as a 10, in my opinion.
Ben Jacob is saying that he's a target for left wing or the number 10, and he doesn't care if he plays 10 or left wing. He doesn't care. He just wants to join Arsenal.
He just wants to play games, doesn't he? You don't really,
he just wants to join Arsenal.
Unless you're playing unless you're a central midfielder and you're playing at centre back or right back, then it's a completely different situation. 10 left wing is very similar. Like you can still occupy certain areas in the same areas in both positions. So yeah,
the Alvarez deal is the one that I think it can actually happen. I actually genuinely believe it can happen.
Is it crazy for me to say that potentially Alvarez goes and Gyökeres stays?
Maybe. I think we should get rid of Havertz before Gyökeres, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Julian Alvarez gives us everything we need from Havertz, minus the height, which is not that big of a deal. But like what we get from his on-the-ball capabilities are insane. I personally don't see this happening at all. I think the chance of it happening is less than 10%, in my opinion, because while Atletico will be open to signing, I don't think he'll be open. Sorry?
Because you're a Barca fan.
No, stop it. No, it has nothing to do with that. I promise you I'm not a Barca fan. But I just don't think... I think if he has to suck it up for one more year and bring his value down so that he can get a move to Barca, I think he would rather take that route than come back.
It's confirmed news that he told Arsenal, I can join you if the dream to Barcelona is off.
Yeah,
confirmed.
Yeah, but I don't think his dream to Barcelona. I don't think his dream to Barcelona is this summer or nothing else. It's over. I think if there's a chance they can get him next year, he will consider that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like because he knows if he comes to Arsenal, he's not going to leave to Barcelona for sure.
Yeah, he's not.
Zero chance. But if he stays one more year at Atletico, that dream to Barca becomes slightly more realistic. That's just the reality.
It's the mess.
Barcelona will no. Barca will sign a striker. They won't wait for him.
There's no striker they can sign right now that is ready made and will be the replacement for Julian Alvarez.
Unless they do the unthinkable and re-sign Lewandowski
or Alexander Isak.
38. If they re-sign Lewandowski, that's all the. If they re-sign Lewandowski,
you know they wanted Alexander Isak, right?
Yeah, then they give us 150 M's.
Yeah, they're not gonna get Isak.
You aren't getting 150.
If they re-sign Lewandowski, which I don't think will happen, that's all the more reason why I think they will get Alvarez later, because that means Lewandowski is a stopgap for just one more year.
Creepy?
Until Alvarez is.
There's a lot of people that are not convinced that Rodgers is an upgrade, is that massive of an upgrade, like what people say.
Because it's that left wing,
a lot of people.
Because left wing, he's not an
upgrade.
Left
wing, bro. That's
right
why.
Now, if I tell you
Alvarez, sorry. I said it wrong. Alvarez.
Wait.
There's a lot of people that don't think that Alvarez is like gonna elevate Arsenal to the level of PSG or something.
Mental.
For who?
That's mental. That. I think that's a brain disease. I genuinely think if anyone thinks that, I think go quickly see a psychiatrist and just figure out what's wrong with your life. If you don't think Alvarez is a massive upgrade, especially when the only argument some people could have is, but can he do it in the Premier
Even
League?
Thierry Henry doesn't think. Like Thierry Henry.
Well, he's done it in the Premier League. We've seen it. It's over. He's done it in the Premier League. Now what? Like it's just.
Did you see what Thierry Henry said about him?
What did he say?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so Thierry Henry. That's what Thierry Henry said. I'm gonna read it to you guys. What Thierry Henry said. What is the Thierry Henry tweet that someone gave me? It's almost there. I'm almost here with it. Hold on. Henry Alvarez.
Mo, at this point, I'll find it faster than you.
I'm trying.
Hey,
I thought I bookmarked.
Ashraf, he's an old man. He's an old man.
I thought I bookmarked it. I didn't. It's right here.
Henry said, if you ask me whether Arsenal should swap Victor Gyökeres for Julian Alvarez, I understand why people are talking about it. Alvarez is one of the most complete forwards in world football today. He can press, create, score, play between the lines, blah, blah, blah. I've said before that I really like his game because he can do almost everything a modern 9 is asked to do. But football isn't played on paper. Gyökeres gives Arsenal something different: power, presence, aggression, and goals. He's the type of striker defenders hate facing. If you're talking about a straight swap, I'd be very careful I lost
What you
it.
wish
Yeah,
for.
I'd be very careful because you're not just exchanging players, you're changing the identity of your attack. Now, if Arsenal somehow ended up with Alvarez, every fan would be excited. But my question is, why give away a striker who's already proven he can lead the line for you? Yeah, I think. Sorry, Andre is speaking out of your ass. Big up,
No,
Andre.
I think there's some truth to it, Ashraf. There is some truth. I think the whole point is all about player profiles, right? So if you're going to get rid of Havertz and Alvarez, it kind of makes sense because the player profiles are a bit similar.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, okay, fine. If that's what Henri meant, fair enough. I agree.
Because it sounds as though it's like player profiles. Because Gyökeres is a different type of striker where, well, he said that Alvarez is a complete striker, and you could probably class Havertz in that same situation, minus the fact that 1.6
minus
5
goal scoring. Yeah,
exactly. Goal scoring 1.6 5, 1.5 8. But with Gyökeres, he's a different sort of prospect where, like, go back to Liverpool. It's like having Darwin Núñez, who was a physical beast that could run around like a mad dog, and you got the technical player in Roberto Firmino who could do the link-up play and the everything, all that kind of stuff. And you got Diogo Jota, who's a bit of a fox in the box. You don't know where he's going to be. God rest his soul. It's kind of that sort of situation where I'm like, I kind of hear what he's saying. I kind of hear why.
If he meant that, okay, fair enough. I misunderstood because I thought he was trying to compare Gyökeres and Alvarez and say Gyökeres led us to a league title, so why not keep him and not get Alvarez? But if he means like get Alvarez and keep Gyökeres, I actually think that is the preferred choice. I think it's better to get rid of someone like Havertz and have Gyökeres on the bench and have Alvarez as a starter, because Gyökeres coming off the bench does give us a different profile than Alvarez, and I think that will definitely help us. But it's insane if there's an option to sign Alvarez and we don't take it. I think that's mental. I just think that's mental. If
it means getting rid of Gyökeres.
Yeah, even if it means getting rid of Gyökeres. Not my preferred option, but 100% out. If there's no other scenario.
You know why the option is getting rid of Gyökeres and getting Alvarez? Because Atletico Madrid confirmed they want
Gyökeres. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they don't want Havertz. They are interested in the deal.
That tells you a lot of things. But anyways, especially with a team that really knows how to find good attackers. But if next season our attack is Alvarez, Saka, Rodgers in the 10, and then I don't know, let's say Barcola or someone on the left, bro, that's probably the best attack in the league. I would say.
That's a problem. That's a big
that's
problem.
the best attack in the league. That's the best attack in the league.
Yeah, man.
Is it?
Probably top? Yeah, definitely best attack in the league.
It's one of those ones that could actually rival PSG.
Yeah, actually.
Best right winger, one of the best 10s, not the best 10. One of the best strikers. And okay, while I'm not a big fan of Barcola, but he's not a bad left winger. I just don't like the fact that I did see the stats that his finishing isn't as bad as people made it seem, which is fair. But I saw his conversion rate is actually higher than even Due. But still, though, like some chances I've seen him miss, I'm just like, bruh, how do you miss those chances? Anyways, my issue with Barcola, unlike Yan Diomande can dribble in tight spaces. I haven't seen Barcola do that.
No, Barcola can do it.
Most of the times I've seen Barcola do his dribbles have been in open spaces.
No.
Someone with pace.
Honest to God, he can do it. Because of the fact there's multiple, especially the France game that just happened. I think it was against Iraq. Look, Iraq is not the barometer of footballing peakness, but the one thing that he does with his defenders, he just stops them, stands them up, and takes them on. That's not touch and go. That's literally you have to beat them through pure technical ability.
Acceleration, and technique. Yeah.
That's how he dribbles.
Don't get me wrong. I saw him do it because I was up until Messi's last season with PSG and Neymar's. I was watching like 30, 40 games a season of PSG. At that time, I do remember him being a good dribbler. But what I've seen from the matches I've watched over the last 2 seasons, it just felt more like he was a pace. I'm not going to say pace merchant. That's not fair. But he was a dribbler who could dribble in open spaces, not against low blocks. But I don't know. Maybe he.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he's more refined than Diomande, in my opinion. I think that people. Someone said it on a stream that I did the other day. Sometimes Diomande has that like ability where he can take him on through technical prowess. Sometimes there's a little bit of Banduli tech as well. You know what I mean? Just straight up. Sometimes it bounces around and everything. So I think he's a bit more refined than Diomande for me.
Doku or Diomande don't come with Bundesliga stat because Doku will score 12 goals there. Just ask him because your tone is different for Diomande.
Because again, like I said, if you're going to go off stats, obviously they got 12 and 8. But the fact that he went into that team and became their best player when he wasn't meant to be that best player, I don't think Doku has that mentality, in my opinion. I don't think he's shown it enough. Maybe in the last couple of months where he started to be that kind of started to try and be that guy. Throughout the entire season, he has shown that he was that guy. Like, look, and the one thing for people said, I think a couple of people said in the comments about Liverpool signing another Bundesliga player. To be fair, I am happy that we're signing from RB Leipzig because that's the one club.
Doku never played in the Bundesliga. He played in the Belgium League and France, if I'm not mistaken.
Belgian League and France League. And by the way, at the same age, Doku never hit the heights of Diomande. Never, ever.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. I think his stats with Rennes weren't that great either. So even in Liga, I don't think he was.
He was known as a dribbler. Wasn't known as a guy that could produce everything, like the whole overall package. Because at the start when Pep bought him, people were saying, "Yo, if Pep can get him to finish and his output is really good, they've got a serious player in their hands." That's what the narrative was. With Diomande, he's shown a little bit of output and he's shown quality, technical quality as well. So that's where the difference is between Doku and Diomande. For me.
Do you think it's better than Doku then?
Not at this moment, because again, we have to see it in the Premier League. But I think he can be better.
I think we need to stop overhyping Doku, honestly.
I think he will be better. I think he will show that he is better.
Who the hell is Doku, bro? Why are we overhyping a dribble merchant, bro? Who's got?
And again, we can't go off 3 months. I'm sorry, we can't go off 3 months.
Exactly. Last 3 seasons, he's got 11 or 12 Premier League goals.
Exactly.
What are we on about? Let's stop overhyping someone who's a enhanced version of Alan Sam Maxima. Let's wait for him to carry the last 3 months into next season, and then let's say, now.
By the way, pre-Chelsea, loads of people were saying Doku is the most frustrating footballer in the Premier League because you can see the quality, but he doesn't show it.
Pre-Chelsea.
That's when the Chelsea game at Stamford Bridge before that. That's when he switched. That's when he switched to becoming the player that we thought he was. Look, Doku is a very, very talented footballer, but only in the last 3 months he's shown some form of consistent output.
Fair enough.
Diomande has done it for an entire season.
Question for defenders: if we're looking for game reading center backs, so Saliba and Van Dijk are your popular choices. Yes, but are there any more of those type center backs? Like it can't be just these two. I think there are other center backs that can read the game. I actually think Senesi reads the game well. I think Mark Gahey reads the game very well for me. Mark Gahey reads the game well.
Do you know who reads the game quite well? Jonathan Tah. Jonathan Tah actually reads the game well, but he's just...
I think Jonathan Tah reads the game well as well.
He's a truck. He can't move.
I actually think Marquinhos reads the game pretty damn well. He reads the game very well. There are a lot of...
for PSG, does.
Center back.
Pacho. I think Pacho reads the game very well.
I don't know. Maybe for his age. Maybe I didn't watch enough of him, but I watched enough of Marquinhos to know that. But for me, I actually think Levi Colwill has reading of the game that is not bad, but he has been injured.
Schlotterbeck as well.
I didn't watch a lot of him. Inter want Chalobah. I would like Chalobah.
Happy. Yeah,
I would. Yeah. I think.
Does that mean Bastoni's leaving?
I think Bastoni said he's staying in Italy. He's not leaving it.
What's wrong
these
with
Italian side? No wonder he's
actually. It's not Inter. Guys, Como sent an initial bid already.
Oh, what's wrong with Bastoni? Like, what's wrong?
We looked at
Chalobah. They're stupid, bro.
Leone left. Palestra left.
He's 18. I'm talking about like the established Italians. They don't leave until like you break. Like, bro, I remember when Tonali joined Newcastle from Milan. Even in his press conference and his introduction, he looked like he was about to cry. He didn't want to leave AC Milan. I'm like, bro, you realize this is why your country sucks and is not making the World Cup. The Italian league sucks. Deal with it. Get out. Make your name outside. And play outside. Play competitive games. Play faster games. Play more physical
the only players that are known are Inter players because they reached Champions League finals like 3 years, like twice, and they won the league. That's it. And when Kvaratskhelia, because he left. You think if Kvaratskhelia stayed at Napoli, would it be the same name as now?
No.
Chance.
He would have
Chance,
stagnated,
bro.
Weren't it in Napoli? He started to stagnate a little bit. Am I going
Yeah,
crazy?
I remember his last season wasn't the greatest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Saka averaged more dribbles than him in his last
Virgil
season.
van Dijk and been good for so long. Can people explain the reason for his drop off? Like, if he used to read the game and was good with his game, where did it go wrong? Also, sorry for the off-topic question.
34.
Number one, I think the structure around him was bad last season. I think they stopped playing for the manager. There's no belief. There's no confidence. I think Kirkes was so shit that Van Dijk had to cover for him all the time. I think the midfield stopped defending well. I think Konate had a good games and bad games.
Wait,
And
Mo, midfield defending. Are you sure you want to put those two things together?
Your midfield weren't defending last season.
There was no defensive midfielders. What are we doing? There was literally two centre backs. The full backs will be pushed up. The midfield will be pushed up. And the attackers will stay where they are. That's it.
By the way, also confidence and also, I'm going to tell you something from experience.
Feel good factor.
It's the confidence in your ability and reading of the game goes down when the whole team is not playing any good. And Liverpool were shit.
Guys, when he's 34, like I remember when Saibari, when they played PSV Eindhoven, and Saibari destroyed him on the wing and nutmegged him and went by pace. Van Dijk from 3 years ago would easily pace him out. Like he was that quick. It's give him some breathing.
I think also the fact that he's been playing 30. Sorry, Mo. The fact that he's played about 30 odd games in a Premier League season for a guy that's 35.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you think a guy who played 2 seasons in the Lesser League and never won anything is better than a guy who also played in the Lesser League and won back-to-back leagues, you need your head checked.
Who's this?
I don't know who. My man, Soldier. Who you talking about, bro?
There's so many players.
Is he talking about the Doku and Diomande? That Doku won back-to-back leagues. Doku didn't win back-to-back.
Yeah, Doku
Man
didn't
City won the league back-to-back in spite of Doku.
And he didn't win back-to-back leagues. He won 23-24, and they didn't win 24-25. They didn't win 25-26.
I don't know who he's talking about.
He can't be Doku and Diomande. Oh, is it Gyökeres?
Oh, he's talking about Gyökeres.
Oh, Gyökeres. Wait. But then Alvarez win back-to-back leagues?
Alvarez
City,
did win. Alvarez won back-to-back leagues.
Once. Won the league once and left, did he?
I thought he stayed in 23-24. Hang on.
I have no idea. Like if it's Alvarez and Gyökeres, you're super big up for the super chat, but it makes zero sense.
But none of us has said ideally we would swap Gyökeres for Alvarez. We say in an ideal situation, you'd want to have both.
Yeah, he played 2 seasons at City from 22 to 24. Exactly. 67 games.
But even if we're talking about swapping, there is Alvarez is probably 2 levels above Gyökeres. Alvarez is a tier A striker. He's up there with your. I generally think the only sad thing for him is he plays for Atletico Madrid, where he doesn't have the midfield.
He plays for Simeone. That's why.
And Simeone, exactly. Let's say if Alvarez gets his dream move to Barcelona, he probably scores 30 goals next season in La Liga, with Yamal and everyone dribbling past him.
Hang on.
That's what he's creating for him.
Hang on, he scored 20 goals last season in all comps.
He scored 10 in the Champions League from 15 games. People are like, 8 in La Liga, 8 in La Liga. What about 10 in the Champions League?
No, because it could be a Kvaratskhelia thing where he's only played about a couple thousand minutes in La Liga.
He played 29 games. I don't know how many minutes, though, to be fair.
Mo, give me 1 second, bro. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have a look.
I'm going to ask you something, Ashraf.
Yes, Habibi.
Just one question. If you're giving Barcola a chance to go to Liverpool and be a starter or go to Arsenal and compete for his place, which one would you advise him? Remove your Arsenal fan.
Go to Liverpool and be a starter, obviously.
Really?
Obviously. Yeah. The thing is, he would be a starter at Arsenal as well. So if that's the scenario, obviously choose Arsenal. But if it's be a starter at Liverpool or compete for your position at Arsenal, then of course go to Liverpool. That makes no sense.
Ashraf, he's played just under 1,900 minutes, just over 1,900 minutes.
In what, 29 games?
Yeah. So that on average, that would be about 21 games.
Yeah, that's like 65 minutes per game. That's enough for you to bag a bit more. So maybe La Liga, he did underperform a little bit, but we've seen his quality, we've seen his numbers. The previous season, he had 17 goals in La Liga. So,
I mean,
Fair
still
enough.
was it 20 what?
Listen,
11 GA and
this
21
show always
appearances,
flies, person.
90-minute appearances. I'm just saying that's not bad.
I want to
Not
thank
horrible.
everyone that joined us, guys. I want to thank you guys. Thank you, Ram, for joining us. Ashraf, always great chatting with you. Football. Hopefully, we'll see you in the quarterfinal of the. I'm having Morocco to win the World Cup, inshallah. Inshallah, if
if we
Morocco wins the
slap
World Cup,
Haiti today, we will top the group because I feel like Brazil will struggle against Scotland. They'll win 1-0 maybe, but we need to smash Haiti.
we'll see. Ram, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the likes. But you guys are slacking off. There's over 400 people here and 160 likes. We need at least 200 likes before we end the show. I'm redirecting to Osama's watch along already. He's going to be there. I will see you guys in the next stream. We're out of here.